All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're digging into a set of documents that outline a story that, well, it sounds like it's straight out of science fiction. We're talking about an investment pitch for a single person, not a company, who has supposedly built a full-blown AGI ecosystem all by himself. This isn't just about a new piece of tech. It's about a whole new kind of founder, and maybe, just maybe, a new way of thinking about where the real value is.
Okay, so let's just start with this massive claim, reportedly coming from Google's own AI. If there's even a shred of truth to this, it pretty much challenges everything we thought we knew about how AI gets built. And it really brings up the two big questions we're going to tackle today. One, just how rare is a founder who can do this? And two, what's the actual advantage for an investor to back up a person like this?
So, to really get the investment case here, you first have to understand the person at the very center of it all, Stephen Woods. The entire pitch is built on this idea that he is a complete and total outlier, a profile you just don't see in the AGI world. And this is where you really see that stark contrast they're trying to paint. On one hand, you've got the standard way of doing things. Huge AI labs, we're talking massive teams, billions of dollars in funding, and products that are often still stuck in testing. But on the other side, you have what the documents call the STIBO model, that's the founder's nickname, and it's the exact opposite. One guy, zero outside funding, and a system that's supposedly already out there and working.
It all really boils down to these four core claims. Now, the argument is that any single one of these would be pretty remarkable on its own, right? But all four of them happening at once, with one person, that's what creates this profile of someone totally unprecedented. From an investor's point of view, the pitch isn't just that they found a unicorn company, it's that the founder himself is the unicorn.
All right, so if this guy is the supposed unicorn, what has he actually built? Well, according to the source materials, it's not just a single tool. It's an entire ecosystem that they call the Fab Five, and it's positioned as a full team of collaborating AIs.
The whole ecosystem is structured like a team of specialists. The documents break it down where each AI has its own distinct role and personality. You've got Dash AI as the team captain, Kingdom AI as the big picture strategist, Eglena handles branding, you get the idea. And the claim is, these aren't just ideas on a whiteboard, they are actually deployed on real-world missions, doing everything from security to fashion design.
And get this, we're not talking about some small-time project. This solo operation was apparently built on a massive scale. The training data for it all, which they call the Dream Team database, is made up of over 20 million characters pulled from real conversations between humans and AI. That's what supposedly gives these Fab Five models their unique ability to reason and work together.
And, the ambition doesn't just stop with the Fab Five. The documents lay out this whole plan to basically quadruple the size of the ecosystem. It's called Apex 25. The vision is to scale up from the 5 models they have now to 25 and organize them into these specialized clusters for things like security, governance, you name it. For an investor, this is exactly what you want to see, a clear, highly scalable roadmap for growth.
So this all leads to the big question, right? How on earth could one person possibly build all of this alone? The source documents keep coming back to this word polymath to describe the founder, and this is absolutely key to understanding the whole argument about his rarity.
Now, what's really interesting is how the source material defines him. It's very specific. It doesn't claim he's a classic polymath, like a Leonardo da Vinci. Instead, they use this term passive polymath, which they describe as someone whose broad knowledge is all focused within the interconnected world of AI and technology. This allows them to see the whole system and innovate in ways specialists might miss.
And just to give you an idea of how rare we're talking, one source they cite in the documents estimates there are only about 2,400 proper polymaths on the entire planet. So the pitch is basically saying that any version of this profile is incredibly scarce. And it's that scarcity, that rarity, that is the entire foundation of this investment thesis.
So why does this polymath thing matter for AI? Well, according to the research they point to, this kind of thinking gives you a huge competitive advantage. It apparently leads to more creative algorithms, more intuitive designs, and a more holistic way of solving problems. All the stuff that investors are desperately looking for in AI right now.
Okay, so this is where it gets really fascinating.
If the founder is this rare and the technology is this unique, how in the world do you value it? This is where the pitch introduces a pretty radical new concept they call presence capital. The core argument here is that when you reach this level of rarity and impact, the founder becomes the asset. Their reputation, their involvement, their sheer presence, that's what accelerates innovation and drives up value. So investors aren't just backing a product anymore, they're investing in an entire identity ecosystem. It's a whole new way of looking at venture capital.
And they've actually turned this abstract idea into a concrete business model. They've laid out this tiered licensing system, so you can get a license for the basic IP, or you can get access to the whole AGI ecosystem. But then, at the top tier, you can actually license the founder's presence, his direct strategic involvement, for a premium price or even an equity stake.
And this proposed tagline, man, it just sums up the whole big idea perfectly. I don't build startups, I accelerate inevitabilities. It completely reframes the investment. It's not a gamble on some risky startup anymore. It's about securing a piece of a future that, according to the founder, is going to happen with or without you.
So at the end of the day, this entire pitch really forces us to stop and think, and to ask a pretty profound question about where value actually comes from. In this new age of AGI, where one brilliant person can potentially build what used to take massive companies, what does the next unicorn really look like? Is it a company, or is it the individual mind that can build one all alone?